Hey loves, welcome back to Koya Speaks, your safe space for honest conversations and soft healing. I hope you enjoyed the last video. I had so much fun, speaking the truth that we don't often hear. And I hope that you will enjoy this video that I am about to make. So today we're getting into something a lot of us feel but don't always say out loud. And that is the pressure to have it all together. We often feel pressure to be successful, pressure to be independent, pressure to be beautiful. Everything that we feel pressured doing, that we should have all together, we're gonna speak about that. And sometimes we're pressured into feeling that we need to have everything figured out by a certain age. And that is far from true. If you feel like you are behind right now and others are moving way ahead of you, no. Everyone is where they are meant to be in a specific season, and your time will come where you'll be moving ahead and accomplishing all the things that you want, but it has to happen in the right timing. Just like in the last video I mentioned, everything happens in a season. Exactly, this season, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, that is where you are meant to be. So don't ever look at someone else and say, oh, I'm behind because they have accomplished this and they have accomplished that. No, we all have our different seasons. So relax, breathe, and enjoy. So I have a list of things in my journal again, and we're going to go over them. The first one is the invisible pressure. The invisible pressure. And do pay attention to that word invisible, right? So from the outside looking in, everyone's winning. Everyone's accomplishing something. Someone just graduated from college. Someone just opened their new business. Someone is traveling, and you are there, and it's so hard for you. You're trying your hardest to accomplish even just paying your bills. But the mere fact that you are able to do these things, be grateful. Be grateful. Because though you may feel that you are not doing enough, you are doing your best, and that is what matters. So long as we are always giving it 100%, that is the important thing. Alright? So do not ever think that because of someone else's accomplishment, your small wins don't matter, because they do. They do. And to be honest, this invisible pressure is not real. It's just like a reel posted on Instagram. You see the beauty, but you do not see the behind the scenes. And that should speak volume for you. This should help you to understand that you are doing great, and you should be proud of yourself because you are coming from a far way and you still have further to go. So do not be discouraged. Do not look at someone else's life and think that you are behind, because you do not know what happens behind the scene. You do not know how they were able to accomplish that. You do not know what morals they had to let go of in order to achieve that. You do not know if they had to devalue themselves. You do not know. So do not compare yourself to them. At the end of the day, you know what you want to achieve in life, and with hard work and dedication and time and trusting God, you'll be able to achieve it all. And two, where it comes from. So when we were growing up, we all had this idea of what our life would be when we became a certain age. For me, when I was around 8 or 7, I was like, I'm going to have the perfect job. I'm going to be married by a certain age. I am going to have my dream car, my dream house. I'm 31 and I have not accomplished any of it as yet. But you know what is important? The lessons I have learned along the way. The person I am becoming. That is what's important. If I had rushed, not pay attention to what was happening to me, I would not be here now speaking to you. I would not have had the wisdom I have now to be able to help you understand and navigate through life. So do not feel any less because you didn't get that degree at 20. You didn't start your dream job at 22. You didn't get married at 25. You didn't have your first child at 30. For me, I had my first child at 20. And that has helped me to become so grounded, because whilst others were out partying and doing the most, I was at home. I was learning about myself. Some don't know who they are until they're in their 50s, while some will know who they are when they're in their teens. And it's okay because we're all different. And we have to understand that not every plant blossoms at the same time. Everyone has their season. So embrace yours and enjoy the ride. And healing isn't linear, right? Sometimes your 20s, just like mine, it was about surviving, not thriving. I had to be in fight mode. I had to learn to adapt to changes. And I did that in my 20s, and I do not regret it. Now, everything that I have learned in my 20s, I am now able to combine everything together, put it all together, and now thrive, blossom, bloom, and do that without no hesitation, no fear, and no doubt, because I know what it feels like to just live trying to survive. But now I understand what I need to do to live and thrive. So embrace your struggles, embrace the pain, and understand that this is all gonna take you on the path that you were destined to be on. Okay? And I'm gonna share a little personal story. I used to beat myself up. After I gave birth to my first son and life wasn't going in the direction that I thought it would have, or I expected it to, I started comparing myself to others. But what that did was, it stole my joy, it stole my peace. And over time, I learned I don't need to compare my life to anyone else. This is my life. And the years are going by so fast. And I'm missing out on what's going on in the now. My kids are growing up. Do I want to stay depressed and sad, paying attention to who is elevating and who is doing better than who? Or do I want to focus on how far have I come? How much further do I have to go? What have I learned? What was life trying to teach me? And that's when it changed. And I stopped comparing myself to others because I am on my own journey. You are on your own journey, and no one else can travel it for you. So do not compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to who you were a year ago. That's how we evolve. That's how we will change. And that's how we'll be able to become successful. And number 3 on here is you are not behind. You are not behind. Sis, you are not behind. You're not late, you're learning. And God's timeline for your life is not an Instagram reel. It's not. So it's not gonna blow up when you want it to. It's gonna happen through the hardships, the challenges, everything that you have to overcome, everything you have to learn. That's when it will happen for you. And peace doesn't come from checking boxes off. I can tell you. I didn't have peace until I started to accept where I was in life, where I am in life. Last year I had to accept what last year had to offer. This year I am accepting what this year has to offer. Still working for something better, but still learning to accept life where it is. And I was able to be at peace. I wasn't worried about what anyone thought about me. I wasn't worried about, disappointing anyone. Once I'm doing what I want, that is okay. I'm not disappointed. What would make me disappointed is if I never tried, is if I never attempted anything, is if I just sat there being depressed, comparing myself, looking at my life like, oh, I haven't accomplished anything. But the truth is, we all have small accomplishments. They may not seem like anything to us in the moment, but when we look back and we reflect, we then see that we have accomplished so much, we have grown so much, and we have become so much better. And let's stop rushing. Let's stop comparing. Let's stop thinking that everything has to happen on our timing, because it doesn't. What's important is showing up for ourselves and doing things to fulfill who we are on the inside, not what we put on a facade to be. It is for us to embrace ourselves, love ourselves, and give ourselves some grace. Give ourselves some grace. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some time, and know that it will all work out. You may not see how, you may not know when, but it will all work out. And if you ever feel pressured to be perfect, to figure it out all at once, breathe. Just breathe. Practice breathing. When the world is falling down on your shoulders or on your back, just breathe. Breathe and be grateful for where you are. Progress is still progress, no matter how slow. Progress is still progress, no matter how slow. Give yourself grace. Care for yourself. That person on the inside that is speaking to you and you are trying to quiet them out, to drown them out, block them out, saying, oh, it's just my inner. No. That's your intuition, and it speaks to you and it will guide you, but you need to listen. And your value is not in how you look, but in how real you are in yourself. If you do anything to yourself, it's not to please anyone. It's just because it makes you happy. It's not to make anyone else comfortable. It's not to make anyone else see you in a better lighting. It is to make you happy. Because whatever you do that is genuine, that comes from within. And that speaks volume to who you are. So remain true to you in every situation. No matter what life throws at you, remain authentic. Remain authentic. Remain true to yourself. No matter what anyone tells you that you cannot achieve or you won't, you smile. You let them say whatever they want to say, but don't feel like you are any less than because of, your slow progress. It's still progress. Just look back at your life 2 years ago to where you are now, and you will realize that you have made progress. No matter how small it was, you have. So drop a dove emoji in the comments down below if you are choosing peace over pressure in this season. And together, we are going to find peace. Together, we are going to heal. Together, we are going to overcome, and we are going to become successful. So remember, this is Koya Speaks. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.